Hello everyone, and welcome to my reaction to That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Season 2, Part 2, Episode 2. Okay, so welcome to Anime-chan, and make sure to please like the video. You know that things are quite tumultuous in South Africa right now. If you didn't know, I'm from South Africa, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing good. I live in like the suburbs, and I'm like 30 minutes away from where all the drama is happening, and there is people in the community that is like standing watch on big roads so that people who come in like taxis and stuff with specific purposes in mind, so they can be stopped and so that our community can be stay safe. So yeah, just everything is fine on my end. And I do appreciate everyone that has reached out to me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe go watch. I think Temple did a video about it, about what's going on in South Africa. Make sure to read the comments. There are other South Africans that have shared some thoughts and their experiences in the comments. It's not safe everywhere, obviously, but yeah, I'm lucky to live in an area where we've been fine. So yeah, I'm hoping that things will get better, and just once again, thank you to everyone who reached out to me. I am doing good. Okay, so without further ado, let us enjoy some Slime Isekai. What I love about Slime Isekai, just on this whole note, as I've said before, what I love about it is Rimuru's leadership, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from the show in terms of international or interpersonal relationships within communities where there are a lot of differences. But yeah, that is maybe pointing more to bigger things than just what is going on right now. But I think everything that's going on right now is as a result of all those other things that's built up to what we currently have. Okay, so let's jump in. I can feel it. I have a cat hair on my face. I don't know how to find it. Go away. Okay, let's watch. It's her fault. I kissed you on her like fuzzy belly, and yeah, I need to brush her because clearly there's a lot of loose hair. Okay, just make sure recording. Desktop audio looks fine. Okay. Is that Zoro?
神の座を汚すゴミ虫が唯一神ルミナス様の御前を汚すことは断じて許さん。やば。消しとえ。こら、あかん。
やあ、ラプラス、大変だったみたいだね。それで
I'm pretty sure I've looked up Laplace's VA, and I remember it was someone familiar, but I don't remember it being the same VA as Zoro. A meeting of humans and monsters.
やあ、ラプラス、大変だったみたいだね。それで西方聖教会の正体はつかめたのかい？
いやー、それがなんと警備が厳重すぎて無理やったわ。
それでヒントくらいはつかめたんだろ？
なんや、苦労して手に入れた情報やから高く売りつけたら思ったのに、ほんまかなわんわ。
そう言うなって。約束の報酬はもう準備できてるからさ。
え、ほな。
ああ、僕の中にいた君たちの会長の魂は無事にホムンクルスに定着したよ。
会長がついに復活。どこや、早合わせていね。
落ち着けよ、さっきからそこにいるって。
は？このべっぴんさんが？
それが200年ぶりに対面したこの俺、魔王カザリームに
に
対する態度か。
Oh, so that guy's a baddie. Kazarim.
対面したこの俺、魔王カザリームに対する態度か。
おかえりなさい、カザリーム会長。中央道家連一同待っとったで。ワイもフットマンもピアもクレイマンもな。
正直なところ、全盛期の力には遠く及ばない。レオン・クロムベル、いまいましい野郎だ。
新しい体に文句言うのは勘弁してくれよ。結構高くついたんだぜ。
分かっているわボス。サリオンの特注品なのでしょ。脆弱だし俺の趣味に合う外見ではないが、自分で動かせるマテリアルボディがあるのとないのじゃ大違いだ。
西方聖教会なんかつかめたんだろ。
せやね。
Maybe he's a double agent. Or I don't particularly exactly know what's going on, but I guess we'll find out as we watch.
西方聖教会なんかつかめたんだろ。
せやね。会長がボスと呼ぶなら、アンさんはワイにとってもボスや。駆け引きはなしで語らせてもらいますさ。そんでワイは霊峰の頂上を目指すことにしたんや。法王しか入れん奥の院ならなんかあるかも思てな。そしたらなんや偉そうな吸血鬼のおっさんが赤い光線ぶっ放してきて、ワイボロボロにされてしもってん。
赤い光線を放ってきたと言ったな。
せよ。
それは血を魔粒子化させて放出するブラッドレイという技。魔王バレンタイン、鮮血の覇王の二つ名で呼ばれる奴の得意技だ。
魔王マジでか。
逃げて正解よラプラス。奴は前世紀の俺と互角だった男なのだから。
ひょ
昔奴とやり合うたび周辺の被害が大きすぎてな。それで話し合い、多数決で決着をつける風習が生まれたんだよ。
The damage was immense, so
それで
we had
話
a discussion which led to the custom of the majority vote.
試合、多数決で決着をつける風習が生まれたんだよ。
もしかしてそれがワルプルギス？
ええ、3名の票で発議というのは魔王が7人だった頃の名残でもあるのよ。エンタインは人間やアジンを餌としてしか見ていない。そんな男が人類の守護者を名乗っているのだとしたら、何かがあるのでしょうね。
クレイマン、魔王ミリム、魔王フレイ。魔王たちは3人の連盟でいろいろでき。
There's a lot an alliance of 3. What? There's a lot an alliance. Oh, a lot an alliance of 3 demon lords can do.
るんやろ。開けばええやん。ワルプルギス。
Ooh!
ワルプルギス。
Ooh! Ooh, she pretty! Damn, I get distracted so easily.
お前にしては冴えてるじゃない。
せやろ。さて、どう動くんかな。あのプニプニ。
待たせたな、皆の者。
まあ、よくお似合いです。サイズもぴったりのようですね。
そうであろう。実にナイスな衣装だ。褒めて使わすぞ。
ありがとうございます。
リオリオ、そやつも部下か。初めて見る顔だな。
ああ、皆さんに俺の盟友を紹介したい。ベルドラ君だ。
ベルドラ、ベルドラ、ベルドラ。
我は暴風竜ベルドラテンペストである。我と語ることができた者は数えるほどしかおらぬゆえ、貴様たちは幸運である。光栄に思うがよいぞ。はは、釣れないな。ずっともマブダチ。
ずっとも
我を仲間外れにするのはやめるのだ。
リムルよ、話がある。
あ、こちらもです。
どういうことだ。暴風竜ベルドラが復活だと。しかしどうしたものか。公表するか隠蔽するか、どちらにしても西側諸国は問題あるまい。我が魔導王朝サリオンも天帝陛下に報告するだけでよいが、問題は西方聖教会か。
They seem to,
隠し立ては
like a lot of the issues seem to come down to this
いいわ。西方
the Western Holy Church.
正教会か。隠し立ては通じぬ。粒子の中でも特に暴風竜を敵対視しておるからな。そもそもすでに邪竜の復活には気づいているだろう。
まあベルドラのことは公表するつもりだったし、西方聖教会は避けて通れなそうだし、なんとかするしかない。
そう決めたのなら俺に文句はない。魔王と粒子が手を組むなど、これ以上に厄介な問題がありましょうか。笑えない冗談です。しかしこれは幸運でしょ。
I was wondering if and maybe if it's not spoiler you could explain. So the reason why this is so, could there be a more troubling turn of events? So a demon lord joining up with Veldora, that is troubling because it would, they're already hostile towards the dragon, and now the demon lord joining the dragon, they're going to immediately assume that is bad, and they will fear that power because they already hold hostility towards the dragon. Like if they heard one of their allies, the Western Church, whatever, if they heard that one of their allies is now super strong, they'd be like, oh yeah, cool, that's great. But since this is the dragon, they're hostile towards this dragon. To hear that the dragon is back and has teamed up with the demon lord, that is why it's such a big problem, because it's going to be difficult to convince them that, well, actually they're really nice guys. Because they're already hostile towards him.
洗えない冗談です。しかしこれは幸運でした。魔王と粒子が共存する国に喧嘩を売るのは愚かですからな。そういうことだ。
ほほ
It would be foolish to pick a fight with a nation that's home to both a demon lord,
売るのは愚かですからな。そういうことだ。
evil dragon. But when, I mean, I guess I forgot why he's the evil dragon. He just seems like a funny guy to me.
ほほ今の発言は俺たちが西方聖教会を敵に回しても味方してくれる、そう受け取っていいのか？
リムルよ、貴様はもう少し腹芸というものを覚えた方が良いぞ。つまりだな、あえて敵対する理由もないのに国を危険にさらすことはしない。
Because we are under no obligation to the Western Holy Church. I'm saying that they won't expose my country to danger when there's no real reason to be hostile. So they know that there's no reason to be hostile, or like Rimuru and the dragon is so strong, but they know that they don't want to get in the fight or get in a scuffle with them. But they know that there's no reason to in the first place because they're not bad people, bad creatures. But the Western Holy Church has a predisposition already thinking that the dragon is hostile, for which I don't understand the reason yet. Maybe it was mentioned before and I forgot. And they might automatically, yeah, but they know now to not mess with them because they don't need to.
危険にさらすことはしない。西方聖教会には義理もないのだから。わかるな。あ
あ、ガゼル王が協力してくれるなら心強い。
だが問題がないわけではない。リムル殿が滅ぼしたファルムス王国軍だが。
I'm backing them as friendly nation.
さすがに死者が多すぎます。2万の死者を出した魔王ともなると。
I must say one thing. You know, I like this backing them as a friendly nation is really nice because they are a friendly nation. But one thing that I haven't seen too much yet from the story, like I like everything and how it's very realistic, and I like the interpersonal relationships and stuff between these different countries and communities. But one thing I haven't seen much of that I think would be cool, or why it can't be this nice in real life, is because well, even within communities, there are people that fight, and that's why Rimuru has overwhelming support. There's no one in his community or in his that is against him. But the thing is, they started out very small, and that's why. They started out small, and because of his strength, he was able to gather more followers, and that's why everyone is loyal to him. The problem is, the reason why most countries can't be like this is because most countries don't just, at this point, they don't start out small. They are big-ass countries, and every country has some history, and there's negatives and positives, and people are generally more divided. Here, the monsters, they're all monsters. They're outcasts of society who sees them as monsters. So they're more like, even though they're not the same race, they're all monsters, right? They don't have different religions separating them. They don't have, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a common goal, and they're all indebted, or they admire Rimuru, and it started small, and because of, once again, his strength, he was able to unite more people in his community and advance them.
それは安心しろ。死体は全て消え、証拠はない。そして生存者も誰一人としていない。ならばどうとでも筋書きを変えられよ。聞く者を皆納得させられればよいのだ。リムルよ、王たる者は悔いてはならぬ。
ああ、俺は必要なことをやっただけだ。覚悟ならとっくにできている。では会議を再開します。まずは今までの経緯から。俺は改めてスライムに転生したこと、ベルドラとの出会いから今までのことを話した。そして
なんとあの日向坂口と戦ったんですか。
ああ、とんでもない強敵だったよ。こっちの話を全く聞いてやくれない。冷酷で恐ろしい殺人者といった感じかな。どうした？
いえ、我々が掴んでた情報とは少し印象が違いましてね。
というと？
彼女は自分を頼ってきた者には必ず手を差し伸べているんです。助言を聞かなかった者は相手をしない。
She won't waste her time on anyone who ignores her advice. She always lends a hand to those who depend on her. That differs a bit from the information we acquired, but we just saw that when you do something that's not entirely easy to explain, like if I'm not misunderstanding the King of Dwargon, he was talking about lying about what happened. They can make the story what they want now to make it sound more favorable for Rimuru, even though I think most people would understand what he did was in self-defense, because the people who attacked him, it's not like he attacked civilians, he attacked people that were coming to attack his people. But now, maybe you can understand, okay, it would scare some people, so let's make up a different story. But how can you trust any information then? Like, how can you trust this information because they just give you information that sounds nice?
必ず手を差し伸べているんです。助言を聞かなかった者は相手をしないそうですが、つまり理性的で合理的な考え方の持ち主なんですよ。
さすがは情報操作に長けたブルムンド王国のギルマスだな。世の知り得るものと同じだと証言しておこう。
我々の情報とも同じですね。ルミナス教の教義を破ったことは一度もなく、最も模範的な騎士、純然たる法と秩序の守護者ということです。
それほどのものなら、なぜ召喚儀式を阻止しようとはしないんだ？子供を異世界から無理やり連れてくるなんて、どう考えても許されることじゃないだろうに。俺には交渉する余地もないのか。もし西方聖教会が俺たちを神の敵と認定したら、日向はそれに従うんだろう。
そうでしょ
うな。では私が出向き始末してまいりましょう。
おいおい、日向は強敵なんだぞ。お前に始末できるのか？
そうですよ、ディアブロ。あなたごときが出向くくらいなら私が言って終わらせてきます。リムル様、私にお任せください。
これはシオン殿、 あなたには秘書の心得を教わった恩があるので言いたくはありませんが、残念ながらあなたでは日向とやらには勝てぬでしょ
面白いことを言う。つまりお前は私よりも強いと言いたいのか。ではどちらが上かはっきりさせんでよろしい。
ベルドラ、まさかお前。
我は別に混ざろうとかしておらぬよ。
向こうから来るならともかくこっちから行く必要はない。じゃない。俺は西方聖教会と敵対したいわけじゃないんだ。お前たちもだぞ。
すみません。
というわけで日向および西方聖教会についての議論は以上だ。ラミリス一体どうしたんだ？話は聞かせてもらったわ。この国テンペストは滅亡する。なんだって
I like that little なんだって
次回ラミリスの知らせ。
Ramirez's warning. Okay, let me just write. Ramirez's warning. Well, that was a nice episode. It was a lot of conversation, but I like the conversation. I like to see how these meetings work, especially in this one, because you saw it was started out with like the most important people, like a representative of each place, more or less, but like the future kingdom, the representative there, the representative there. But then new information came to light and it was even more exclusive. And then they just had to sort out things between them, the three main leaders, and that's like, it makes me think of, you know, there's every now and then, I haven't been into politics and stuff for a while, for a long time. Only more recently I've started looking at stuff like that, and you know, if when two world leaders meet behind closed doors, like you can only imagine the kind of conversations that go on there, and that's why you really need to trust these leaders, because, and not only that, that's also why they need to be strong. And as you can see here, there's a certain way of speaking, certain like things that are said without being said, but that the other must be smart enough to understand, like the art of subtle, I don't know what the King Dwargo called it, but it made me think of like a recent situation where I think it was like the president of one country went to speak to the president of another country, and the one president, like, you could see that just the way in which the little things he does, there is like power moves, you know. It shows making someone wait. It's the small little things that maybe it isn't even that, but it all contributes to this image of strength, and the way that afterwards the president of, I think it was Russia, the president took questions. He had no notes, was just there, spoke directly took questions, spoke directly to people. And even if I'm not mistaken, I was watching like people's reactions to this, reactions and commenting on this meeting and this discussion afterwards, press conference, and they were saying, because I'm not from that, it's not like the president came to speak to our president, but I'll elaborate more. But just point was that even what he was saying, they were saying it was kind of like little threats. It's all these power moves, and it makes it, when I see this, it makes me think like why it's so important. Strength is very important, but because it's like these three, they're not only good leaders. Okay, the one is a representative, whatever, but they're not only good people. They're strong people, which is why they can inspire others to be good. Because the thing is, when you have not a good leader, or if you have a strong but ungood leader, like a bad leader, if you are good and strong, you will inspire others to be good. But if otherwise, people will fear you. God, it's so difficult to talk about these things because it's interesting, and I can relate it to so many real world situations. Another one, for example, is like our president spoke to the people yesterday, and it was in light of all these. There's a lot of violence going on in South Africa right now, and it's riots and the looting, and it's like they took a note right out of America's playbook. I mean, our country has had a lot. The people here, they protest a lot, and it gets very violent, but looting has never been such a big thing as it has in now, and I think it's inspired by what, you know. But anyway, our president spoke, and he was meant to. The military is being deployed, and a little bit too late, but whatever. And the way that the president spoke, so many people were hoping to see strength from him, and you know, so that he instills, so that these people know, doing these bad things, so that they know they can't just do it and get away with it. But he looked like so blah 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 blah, and we're gonna blah blah blah, and like, who is gonna listen to that? You're the leader of a country that, you know, the people. It is a country where protests are not something that's uncommon, but now it's getting out of hand, and people are dying, and you need to show more strength than that. And I just love the story because it shows you the positives, the negatives, where things can go wrong, how things can go right. But it's, like I said, it's more complex in real life because these are, you know, two established really good kingdoms. Rimuru has built up his kingdom through unreal strength, and you know, it's a story. He was isekai'd from another world into a slime and got super strong and is now a demon lord. So he can obviously, thankfully, he's a good person, and he can exercise that strength responsibly, and he has a very rational person. So yeah, it works in the story, but in real life, I don't think there's very many people like Rimuru, and it's more up to individuals to hold each other responsible. But it's complex. It's a very complex situation. But yeah, I just like to see the intricacies of these meetings and decisions being made and everything. And okay, I just quickly want to score the episode, and then I'll be done. Slimy Sekai. So I would give characters an 8.5. Story. 8.3. I would have given it more if I understood, because I liked the little twist with Raphael, seeing more of Laplace being involved and the new character being introduced. But I would have liked to understand a little bit more about what they meant with where the Dwargon guy saying we can decide. Oops. All bodies have vanished, leaving no proof, which means we can alter the story as we please. This kind of I'm confused about. It doesn't sound. I mean, I understand why you would want to hide something like that, because it makes sense why Rimuru did that, but maybe not everyone will understand, because it was a whole ass massacre. They stood no chance, but hey, they were the ones coming to fight them, so it's understandable. But maybe they want to just hide how bad it was, or I don't know what they want to do here, why they want to lie, but I understand it on one hand, but on the other hand, I really value transparency and honesty. But no, this sounds like just a whole ass lie, but I guess we'll see more. Don't, if you've read the light novel, please don't comment. If you're anime only like me, feel free to give your opinion, but keep your light novel knowledge out of it, please. We all will see more as the story continues. Okay, the visuals I would say is very good. I think they did take a step up this season in little details. I've seen a very good improvement. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5 for visuals. No wait, make it 8.4. Audio 8.4, and enjoyment or investment I would say 8. Yes, that gives us a total of 8.3 for episode 2, which is a very good score for a second episode. I mean, they're just starting to get things going. So yeah, that's it, and I'll see you again next week for season 2, part 2, episode 3. Bye.